and welcome back, friends. Today we'll be making some oatmeal coconut cookies. I love coconut. This was a recipe that was shared with me from one of my good friends, and actually this is the first time I'm making it, so I'm adding this to my series of 100 new recipes in a year, where I make 100 new recipes every single year. This is my 8th year and running. So we're going to start off with some softened butter in the mixer, and then we're going to combine our wet ingredients first, then add some of our dry ingredients, and then we're going to add our main ingredients, the oatmeal and the coconut. So in the mixer, we've got 1 cup of softened butter. To that, we're going to cream our sugars in with it. So we'll start off with a cup of brown sugar. That is usually packed in. So half a cup and a cup there. Okay. And then we'll get our white sugar in here. Same amount, 1 cup. Oops. Okay. Now we're going to get that creamed together. Because the butter is nice and soft, that should not take too long to come together. I chose to use my stand-up mixer to make this process simple, but you can always do it by hand if you've got the muscle. All right. So that's come together. I'm going to add my eggs. We're going to add 2 of those. And then we'll mix it together. All right, take a look at how that's creamed together. Now we're going to add a little bit of vanilla and get that mixed in. So now that our wet ingredients are together, we're going to put these dry ingredients into the mix. So we're going to start off with our flour. So many times you'll see recipes calling for flour. You don't want it to be too packed in, because that could maybe be some extra flour. So I'm just fluffing my flour up just a little. I'm not an exact measurer, let me tell you. Even in baking, and maybe that's why things come out the way they come out. But you do you. Okay, so we've got our flour in. We're gonna add some baking soda. And some baking powder. And a touch of salt. Just in case, right? And we're going to get that mixed together. So the dough has just combined. Now I'm going to add the main ingredients, which is some oats. So this is a cup of oats. There we go. The lower that. Okay, that was a cup of oats, less the pinch. And we'll add 1 cup of coconut flakes. So usually in the store, you can find these sweetened or unsweetened. We use coconut for cookies, bars, energy bites, if you've seen that video. And I just prefer using unsweetened coconut because that's what we like. But again, do whatever you feel you'd like to do or what you have on hand, because these cookies will be amazing nonetheless. So we get that mixed in. Just until it's combined. All right, that's really all there is to it. Now that the dough is done, we will get our cookie sheet out. This is just your regular cookie sheet with some parchment paper on it. And I've got our handy dandy cookie scooper. And we're going to get that on our tray. So I'm going to bake these at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. And we'll see how our cookies are doing. And then we recently moved and I'm still getting used to the stove and the oven and how long things cook. So sometimes some recipes that I've made quite a few times turn out doing it the same way. Sometimes they don't, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to take these to the oven and we'll see you in a few minutes. So our cookies are out of the oven. They cooked at 350 for about 13 or 14 minutes. Usually when we cook like a Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie, we usually cook it at 375 for 9 to 12 minutes. So you can kind of use that as a guide. But they turned out nice and crispy and golden. Well, they're soft in the middle. It's really good. Hey, Paul, you want a bite?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm. 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 I love coconut. Mm. It's nice and golden. Buttery. It's crisp. I love the edges because of that crispy texture. What do you think, Paul? Okay.
You got a mouthful.
Now we know what he thinks. These turned out great. If you try this recipe, let me know down below. And I hope you really enjoy these. Thanks to my pal for the recipe. I look forward to having these and sharing these. Thanks again for joining me on another kitchen adventure. So go ahead, make it, eat it, and enjoy. Until next time. Oh,
good stuff.
They're good, huh?
Yep.
You're not going to eat my cookie. Why don't you eat my cookie?
You're holding it right there.